Hello, it's Emil here, taking cover inside of my car since it started to rain quite heavily when I was outside trying to shoot this video the first time. Very well. So the topic I wanted to talk about today is why I'm building an online business and why starting to live a digital lifestyle. It's very simple, but why that doesn't mean it's easy. And before I go in and to start explaining what I mean by that, I would just like to mention that when I often hear people having opinions about starting an online business in general and starting to work online, and that there always are people having very extreme opinions. It's very common to hear. Bothly on the internet in itself and also from people around you, like former colleagues and friends and all of other people you talk with. So on one hand, there are the people on this part that are very pessimistic. As soon as you say anything about starting to work online or setting up an online business, they just say that it's just a scam, it's not working, that you shouldn't consider it in the first place, and that the only way to get a safe living and get a salary to pay or get a way to pay bills is to have a salary as an employee, and you shouldn't think that you can do anything else, that everyone just trying to fool you online and they just wanting to get your money and they will just scam you basically, and that it's very unrealistic to work online, and this is of course not true at all. I've just my own story. I was able to transition from my old traditional job to work for myself online without having any previous experience or knowledge about this in quite a short period of time, just within a year. And I see people, hundreds and hundreds of people every day working to do this themselves, and I'm helping a lot of them. We have a lot of people in our community doing the same stuff, and it's just a new modern way to create a living, and it's definitely realistic and possible, and but you shouldn't think that it's as easy as some other people on the other part of the spectrum is saying. Many advertisements I see online myself are people just claiming it to be so super easy, that you just have to pay them a little bit and they will give you a system and an online system, and just have to press on a few buttons and then you will be able to quit your job in a few months. And of course it's never that easy, and someone claiming that is not really honest. It always takes effort and work to do something like that, and if you have never done any work online before and you want to do it, it's all about learning new skills, and when you learn new skills it always takes some time and effort, and you have to be committed. That's great word, I think. Be committed to do it, and you have to do work on your mindset, start to think more like an entrepreneur than an employee, and put in the work and be prepared to not succeed immediately, but you have to learn, take it step by step and learn as you go. And by that said, you should listen to someone who's more in the middle, not too pessimistic and not too optimistic. You have to think of it in a realistic way as well, and that's why I really like the saying of that it's simple but it's not easy. So to give an example, just think of someone wanting to join a gym to get a six-pack of abs. It's not really that complicated. It's actually quite simple steps involved. You could probably download a training schedule online or just begin a consultation with a personal trainer, and you could get exact number of exercises you should do every day and when you should do them and what you should eat and what you shouldn't eat, and if you just follow that you will mostly guaranteed get your six-pack of abs if you do it consistently over, let's say, a year. But the hard part is actually to do it consistently every day. Go and do the exercises even when you're tired and when you're not in the mood. And the people who succeed are the ones who are committed and actually do the work even when they are not in the mood for doing it. And that's the hard part. I also like to do the analogy of running an ultra marathon. It's very simple, really. It's just running until you cross the finishing line, but that doesn't mean it's easy either. It's gets quite hard and tough to do something like that, but the steps in it themselves are quite simple. And it's very much the same when starting a business. It's not that complicated, and it's much easier, I would say, than most normal jobs or most traditional educations, like where you go to college or university for 5 years to get a degree. And I know that I did that myself. I went to university and became an engineer, and that was much harder than learning how to do the online business. It's much more simpler steps, but it's still not easy. And if you want me, I can definitely guide you to these steps. Like if you want to start your own online business like I did and transition to more digital lifestyle with more time freedom, geographical freedom that are possible in that kind of work, just click on the button below and you get access to the exact same training and community and mentoring that I've used myself to learn all of these steps. But just be aware that in itself they won't make you succeed or not. The determining factor is you and the work and that you put in and the commitment you show, and that you know that there are things you need to work on and learn, and that you are willing to do that, and that's what will make all the difference. But I'm more than glad to show you the steps and the education and give you support and encouragement along the way. But the only person who can decide if you will make it or not is you. Okay, I hope that made sense. So just remember that many things in life are simple but not easy, and always listen to people who are not on one of the extremes. It's not that black and white. It's not super simple, and it's not super complicated either. It's always somewhere in between. Until next time, have a really great day, and I hope to connect with you more again in the future. Bye for now.